Well, all of you use probably Internet Explorer 8 on your computers. Do you know how much it scored? 50? 27. So the latest version I tested, Internet Explorer 9, it was around 90. Google Chrome, the desktop version, scored 195 or something like that. So this is how good that browser is. So we have extensive support for HTML5, and we also support JavaScript frameworks. But not that it's good in rendering stuff and showing the display properly and all that. It's also increased, we increased the performance. So BlackBerry 6 loads pages more than 50% faster than the previous version. And stuff like JavaScript executes 7 times faster, and HTML layout is 14 times faster, so it's really, really improved compared to what we had before. But the browsers that we had before had some good features as well, so we didn't abandon them, we integrate those features as well. So for example, if you have a phone number on the website, the browser will recognize that, and you can click on it and make a phone call straight away. So those little features that we had before, they are still in this browser today. And regardless are you using old browser or new browser, we said there is a thing called web icon. And web icon is something that everybody here in this room can create in half an hour. Yeah, including you. Sorry. So basically it's just a shortcut for your website. So how is BlackBerry user going to find your website? Are they going to use Google? Are they going to type your URL every day? No. You can add like a shortcut on your desktop, which has an icon, name, and link to your website, and that's it. And it's just a launcher, so when the user clicks on it, it opens the browser and displays the content. Nice and simple. The good thing is you can actually publish this on the Upworld. There you go. So gives you good presence. And this is what we tell people, start with this. Let this be version 1 of your application, so you just establish the presence, and then build your application, build a proper Java or WebWorks application as a version 2. So, what's BlackBerry WebWorks? As I said, you use standard tools, so you can use our BlackBerry Web plugin for Visual Studio Eclipse or any other IDE like Dreamweaver or Notepad, to create the web applications, which can look like this. And Web Engine will render everything. But the good thing is that this platform has access to pretty much everything on the device. So if you want to use push to push messages to this application, yes, you can. If you want payments, to have enough payments, you can have them. If you want to access all the personal stuff like PIM, address book, calendar, yes, you can. Obviously, the application has to be signed with code signing keys to allow you to do this. So the same security model applies. So there's no less security if you build this sort of application. And you can use web frameworks such as jQuery, Dojo, to create these applications. So web application can be a super app. Java application can be a super app. I'm going to talk about super apps, what makes an application a super app a little bit later. So all the API, security, push, all that works there, and integration with advertising, payment works. If you want to find out more details, blackberry.com/developers is the website that covers all sorts of development on BlackBerry, but then /webworks, you will get information on this platform. And we decided to open source this platform, which is great. So now developers can be the driving force in shaping the future, So RIM developers, community developers, application developers, they all together create BlackBerry web app community. And they all create the APIs and the capabilities, add the capabilities to this platform, which is going to make it great. And if you want to connect to it, there is a link at the bottom. So the developer experience, as I said, developer tools are the standard tools that are available. You know, our Eclipse plugin is free, so you can download Eclipse and plugin is free. Visual Studio you can buy, but there's a BlackBerry plugin is free, and use any Adobe software or whatever. And then you have the middleware, so Apache servers and Windows servers and so on. Frameworks, you can use them or live without them. And then what you can do is test. So testing, it can be done on the live device, and it can be done in a simulator. And those simulators, again, allow you to do pretty much everything, you know. So debugging, profiling, seeing how fast your application is running. So what if I only have 1 bar on my signal strength? What happens then, you know? How fast this is going to load? You can actually test that. So just to compare WebIcon and WebWorks application. So both of them you can distribute through the app world. And it's a clickable icon to get your web content, yeah. Both of them use WebKit rendering engine on devices running 6.0. But the only WebWorks allow you deep integration with the device, and you can take your application offline. So all the content can be bundled with the application, so the application doesn't have to go online to get the content. Obviously, the WebIcon does. So as I mentioned, tools are BlackBerry Web plugin for Eclipse and Microsoft Visual Studio, and you can debug, preview, integrate, do whatever with these applications. And one thing what is very popular in our app world is themes, art themes. So what is a theme? Well, theme is not just a wallpaper. All these are themes on the same BlackBerry device. You know, so when you look at them, they give you completely different user experience. And this is what our customers do want. And you know, why, when we ask customers, you know, do you think it's important to be able to customize the way and look your device feels? You know, 85% said it is important for them, you know. And it is the most popular category in the app world. So there are 24 million theme downloads so far. And you can also use them for brand and promotions, you know. So if I'm BMW, you know, I can easily build a BMW branded theme and just distribute it around as another way of promoting my brand. So what can you do on? You can customize pretty much everything. So wallpaper, obviously, but every single aspect, menu, dialogues, applications, animations, sounds, cursors, application icons, fonts, banners, you can customize everything. You can change pretty much everything on the BlackBerry device. And you can create different types of themes. So you can create the types which users are familiar with, like a Zen or Today, so you have this list of recent calls and emails. But you can build your own custom stuff which doesn't look like BlackBerry at all at the end of the day. So if you want to develop themes or try it out, and I do recommend you do so, you need BlackBerry Theme Studio, another tool which is absolutely free. And Theme Studio has 2 programs. It's a theme builder and a composer. Composer allows you to create animated graphics using SVG, scalable vector graphics. It's something like Flash, but it's quite easy to actually use. And no coding required, so you don't have to be a coder to develop these themes. You don't need to know anything about programming or whatsoever. My 12-year-old daughter, she created 5, 6 themes, you know, straight away. Oh, it's easy, you know, you just drag and drop. It's a GUI-based interface, you know. So these little animations, you know, make something rotate, move left and right. It's just drag and drop. It's very easy and simple. On our website, you can download 2 different versions. So the main version is 5.0, which is full version. It supports all the devices running 5.0 and earlier. Full user guide, and it's recommended for beginners. You can watch a video to see in 15 minutes you will learn how to use this tool. And we released the public beta version of Theme Studio 6, And at the moment, it only supports the latest Torch 9800, because that's the only one which is running OS 6 at the moment. You can distribute themes created using this tool, but the documentation is still a little bit limited. Few things that that used to annoy me in previous version, Theme Studio 5. If you wanted to change a font, you had to do it screen by screen. So on every single screen that you have on a phone screen, you had to change the font. Then on the email screen, you had to change the font. Now you can update all the fonts, in basically 1 or 2 clicks, so update all the images. And it makes it easy to export your theme, so it gets it prepared, so you can just upload it to the Upworld and start distributing it. Few new things in Theme Studio 6 is, for example, you can add Facebook, Twitter, and BlackBerry Messenger icons. And we also have this new pop-up menu, so you can customize that as well. So far, we have seen why develop for BlackBerry, and we understand the BlackBerry platform, what it is, and how to develop, what tools to use to develop the applications. But there is a problem. 95 to 99% of applications which are downloaded, not just from BlackBerry Upworld, from all the other Upworlds, are used once and then deleted or forgotten. Or after a week, it's just, So only 1% of applications are used every day, and they are loved by users. So we tried to figure out why is that. And we came up with this concept of super apps. So super app is the application what is loved and used by users daily. And it has to be always on, always connected. It has to have tight integration with native applications. It has to be proactive and notification-driven, contextualized, social and connected, and efficient. What do I mean? Let's say you write an instant messaging application. On other platforms, what you have to do is constantly ping the servers. Is there any new messages for me? So what does it do? It kills your battery life. And if you are roaming, imagine the charge you will have because of the amount of data transport. And BlackBerry is a platform where you can run a number of applications at the same time. So multitasking, so you can have 20 of these applications running at the same time, all doing the same thing, pinging their servers, asking, is there new information? That doesn't work like that on BlackBerry, guys. Our applications can listen and react to events. So the application doesn't even have to be running. So if you're on this example of instant messaging, the application can be in the background. And then using our push technology, we can push the messages to the device. And then the device will say, okay, this message is for this application because it registered a listener. It will wake up the application and ask it, what do you want to do? So this only saves the battery life, saves the cost and network transport costs, which is quite amazing.